Typos for me today are quite simple. They are, I've changed the structure that I'm using to trade from. You may have noticed a lot of times you'll see my levels persist and stay the same for quite some time. We had a big change coming into today. Hypo A is for this long opportunity. I never know if I should use hypo A or 1. I go back and forth, so whatever. 2 would be that to fail, and then I want to look short to traverse this area. And then 3 is if we can even get below here and really start to crack, I'll be interested in that short there. For now, I'm remaining in the long camp. I did put on a pre-market long. I have just scratched out of that trade, but I am looking to hop right back in if the buyers can weather this current storm that sellers are giving them. But I don't want to be sitting in because you see what's happening. Might get our chance here. All right, back into the long. I think what happens here in general in this area really sets the tone for the rest of the day, in my opinion. What's my mentality right now around this trade? Well, I figure there's a 90% chance I'm wrong, and I'm looking for the slightest inclination of that being in real trouble to get out. This may be the low of day that I got in, but I figure there's 90% chance I'm wrong. Merritt from 8 years ago would probably think there was a 110% chance he was right. Back up to test the opening print. Buyers have to get aggressive here. They've got to really push, or else this is going to continue to do what has been happening up here, which is buyers kind of falling apart. As big of a winning day as yesterday was, and just really kind of crushed the day. We were talking about on our mentor call earlier. Really, all we did was trade inside of value and take out this 3-wide poor low from the prior day. And then just continue with more balance. That's essentially all that happened. It kind of, based on that potential for us to fall off that cliff that was absolutely there. It felt like something more in the moment, but when you look at it, it's really not all that impressive at all. I just happened to get a lot of quality ads and whatnot. If you kind of look at a lot of my executions, it was getting short pre-market, adding just after the open, adding after the inventory's numbers, adding again, getting back full size on the new lows, scaling into this area right here. This is the puppy section right here of the conversation yesterday. Ended up getting half out there, and then out of the remainder is that massive squeeze started to come in. All right, so we'll take a little off for just over 10 cents. I think this overnight high is extremely important. Not because it's the overnight high, because of all the references that are there, and the reason that's why the overnight high is where it is. Right now, if we can't get up here and at least make that more of a poor high, it's probably toast. Andreas, yeah, I have and thank you for spelling my name right. I have a hotkey for that. If you go to tools, more tools, it's this reward risk tool here, buddy. It's a wonderful little tool. So for example, You highlight it, and then the first click is risk. See, I'm connected here. The second click is where you got in, which I am in from 27. And then, if we get our risk reward here up to here, let's say I was just all in, all out, that would be 18 to 1 up to this next general area. Yeah, it's a drawing tool. And you'll notice, let's say that I didn't get in until up here. You just adjust the entry point, and that's only 4.6 to 1 risk reward. Buyers are not what we want them to be. They are not there. And here's the sellers. For my mentees that know exactly my rationale, the why I'm making the trades I'm making, maybe they think I'm making an error today. They have the right to tell me that, because I can tell you I'm ignoring a lot of things to be long right here. A lot of references in our face. Order flow is not in my favor. Maybe this is an error trade, and I just can't see it. A reverse to short. Decent amount of volume being done into this low. I don't like that 12 contracts at 27. There, that's better. And there it drops. Really, for the past hour, neither side of the tape has been really incentivized to really take control. Looking for a little more lower before I take any profits. Previous highs at 19, VWAPs at 14. Decent overnight range to be aware of here as we begin to start to retrace back into it, or to the edge of it, I should say. We'll look to take some profits into the gap fill. That's right, Mux. I'm looking at a lot of different things. Well, that may have been it for this down leg. No, I'm not going to share my order flow screen right now. Volume split. Yes, it is. 130 to 103. All right. Does anyone institutional want to trade today, please? There's a little bit. Those were just paper profits. I did not make that much yesterday. I think it was 14 or 16, something like that. What do you think new people to the room think about Bruce Bowman? Like, they either think he's just a lunatic, or like, what do you think if you're new here and you don't know all of his many terms? One of these days we are going to add a Bruce Bowman frequently asked questions section to the room, kind of a translator, if you will. Oh gosh, I'm coming across lately as a very violent person. And by the way, the puppy was fine. We did not trade below 15 cents. So the puppy's still here. So to give you guys a bit of a look in between the ears here, I just experienced, I just noticed that I was actually frustrated. You may not be able to tell from my voice, but this tape and the lack of being able to come down and trade a little further like the market, quote unquote, should have, based on what the order flow was doing. I found myself frowning a little bit, but I noticed it, right? That's really important. you notice little bitty things that just start to creep in, early instances of potential frustration or things like that. And then you step back, you kind of face reality. You say, look, volume split between contracts here. This is kind of the norm for these conditions. This is part of it. And so just relax, sit back, maybe adjust your profit taking strategy a touch, book them a little quicker. All right, we should see 22 drop. We definitely should see it drop, but it's not. Look at this volume ledge here. VPOC, low tick of the day. Volume well. No, Steven's right. There is a lot of volume on a relative basis for today in this area, but volume today well below average, guys. Take that into consideration. Half of the average, half of average, and that's part of the effect of rollover. There it went, gap filled. Oh, and did I say it out loud or not? I did take profits into the gap fill here. She's not done yet. And for me, guys, market profile people, when we say gap, that is the edge of the entire range, yesterday's high or low, as you saw me draw on the screen up here. A lot of equities people, all the traders around me here, they'll say the gap is down here at 95 cents where we closed. Market profile uses the full range as gap. I have zero confidence in this thing to go any lower. So I'm entirely flat. You know, if we drift back up into the 30s here and continue to look really weak, I can always get short again. That would be called a volume profile. But in Sierra, it's called volume by price. That's what they call volume profiles. Just got long. 25, 24, 26. That's a lot of fills. Copy and move, copy and move. Oh my gosh, wrong one. Oh boy. It's pretty cool when you buy the low of this rotation, sell the high of this rotation, and buy the low of this rotation. It's pretty cool. Oh, come on. This is a tough tape to read. Kind of. Looking to scale for 10 cents or so into opening print around 34. Currently incomplete at 32. Buyers are really in trouble, guys. This is hypo 2. Remember, not only did we have VWAP in that area at the low here, we also, to the tick, tested the upper end of that initial overnight range. That was more of a liquidity vacuum move up, unfortunately, rather than a fresh wave of buying. There is no buying in this market. So I'm looking to get out of this trade. And I'm out. Got back into the short. This time I'm looking for 61 even. Potentially a little lower. I'm actually trading a bit smaller. don't want to scale, but I should scale, but I don't want to scale, but I should scale. If they start to lift it from VWAP, I'll scale, but otherwise, give it a chance. Got out of some. Strange little tape today. Scaled some more. Ooh. All right, guys, that's going to be it for the video today. Hope you picked up on something that will help you in your trading, and hope you see that we're not just some trading room here spewing a bunch of garbage. This is real stuff day to day, and we're looking to grow something big here, and we want you guys to be a part of it. We want you to trade our money, to be mentored and coached and taught by us, and us to grow something. And to be honest, the best trading desk in the world is what we're looking to build here. So thanks for being here, and we'll see you guys around.
Many people want to be traders. They're passionate about markets, but they don't know how to accomplish the goal of being a successful trader. They don't know the path to achieve that goal. And it's easy to want to be a trader, but that doesn't mean it'll be easy to be one. And there's no easy path to any form of greatness, but there is a path. SMB Futures gives traders a way to move their trading forward, a way to rise above all those who try and fail. Whether you're just starting out or an established veteran, we have a place to plug you into our system and keep you moving forward down the right path. Maybe you need to connect with successful traders. Maybe you need training to develop mental toughness or find edge. Maybe you're ready to trade on our team, either remotely or on our New York desk, where you are backed by large amounts of capital, provided with world-class professional technology, where you work with a risk manager that knows you, within a culture of coaching and mentoring, at a firm that takes all the downside risk while encouraging you to become the best version of yourself. For those with the courage to make the journey, SMB Futures is here to move your trading forward.